Very good afternoon, everyone, once again. And again, I'm welcoming all of you to the D5 session, which is also your last session. So, of course, we are going to start in next 2 minutes as we have discussed. So, we'll wait for 2 more minutes for all the participants, and then we are going to start. All right, let's start then. So, we are on time. Now, we have discussed many things in our last 4 days of session. Along with that, we have also prepared one of the Power BI dashboard, which must have given us some idea how does this tool work. Today, we'll again try to make one more dashboard in Tableau, but along with that, I want to cover certain things about the business analytics applications. There are tons of applications we have which we use within the business analytics field because this analytics word is completely describing the many different types of job title. You will have one analytics team which will have many different types of job title which will be assigned to the different layers of people. You could have a Power BI developer who will be working only on the Power BI dedicatedly, but SQL query will be definitely there. You may have a Tableau developer separately who will be working as a Tableau developer. They will be dedicatedly working on the Tableau. Again, along with the SQL, you may have a business intelligence developer who should be responsible for using any of the BI tool when time comes. They should be expert in Power BI, in Tableau, in Alteryx, in SQL, in basic Python, many other things. You may have a data analytics who will be having the complete roles and responsibilities of data where they will be getting the data requirement and then extracting the data by writing the SQL query, going ahead and analyzing it, minimizing it, doing the analysis by taking the right visualizations and making a report and publishing it as a dashboard. Report and dashboard have a single difference. There are actually many, but the one main difference is that the dashboard will have a single page with the multiple visuals and it will have a multiple data sources which will be connecting to the one particular tool, either a Tableau or a Power BI, which should be giving you the result for your one business requirement. But a report can have multiple pages with a single visualization or a multiple pages with the multiple visualizations. So apart from that, you may have a title called Business Analytics who will be doing all the data analytical related work, but along with that, they will be responsible for dealing the stakeholders. Stakeholder management is a very important role in this field, especially for this business analytics people. So now when you are, hearing about these all job title, what is coming in your mind? Of course, you should be understanding here in this way. Yeah, this is actually a profile where we may have a multiple opportunities. Like how if there is a software company, the company will have a different types of developer. Everyone may not be a Java developer. Somebody would be a .NET developer, somebody would be a script writer, somebody would be doing the testing, manual testing, so automation testing. So while we can have a different types of roles and responsibilities for a developer in a software company, then can't we have it in the analytics field? Yes. Nowadays, there are dedicated companies who only focuses on analytics. Among of them, you must be knowing about it, though you have actually already tied up with ExcelR. ExcelR is also working on the data science project, and in this company, the ExcelR dedicatedly looking forward to have the project where they can do the analytical work. So that could be related to a data science or a data analytics. The data science again falls under the analytics field. But of course, that's a very high level because they are having a basic Python knowledge will not do. We need to have a high level of Python programming knowledge along with that high level of statistic knowledge. And we have to deep and dive into this to understand what exactly it is by having a great mathematical skills along with the statistical skills. So we can have a company where we can have only the analytical work, because when it comes to the analytics, we have a bunch of things within it, which is very difficult to understand in one day or just in one go. So I have picked up couple of tools and the applications here about which I want you to be familiar, and I'm going to talk about it mostly because having all the software for free and installing everything in the local machine can slow down the system. So whenever you want to practice anything, like take an example, Snowflake, then install it, practice it, uninstall it. Install the Alteryx, practice it, uninstall it. Jira, for free, it is difficult to have because it's restricted at organizational level, but we have some web pages from where we can go and understand about it. All right, so let's start and understand about some of few of the applications and the BI tools. There are a tons of, as I said, based on the different organizations, based on the roles and responsibilities, you may have a different types of requirement. You may have a different types of job applications. You may have a different types of software, but these are the software which I have predominantly used in my career. Along with that, I have used many, but I have picked up those which were common in almost in my last four companies. So mostly I have worked with a banking and financial company, a bank from the USA, or I have worked with a completely IT software company. So in those company, I have observed these tools were common. Apart from that, I have used Teradata, I have used MySQL, I have used the SQL Server, I have used the Looker. Looker is again another BI tool which is actually a part of Google, and but it has not actually stepped up in such a way which can get the attention of the stakeholders, because it might not meeting the requirement of the stakeholders properly, and it is not that super fast, and it is still trying to have those visualizations and the BI applications UI which can meet the user expectations. So let's discuss these. About the Power BI, we'll not dig into it much, but yes, we have gone through it, so you must be having some idea. So Power BI is basically nothing, but it is a business intelligence tool, which is a primary reporting authorization tool. Why I say primary? Because this is the first particular applications of the Power BI tool, which you will be using when you will start working in a Power BI, either as a developer or as a data analytics or as a business analytics. And even though you are in data science field, What happens once you have built the model, you have to come to these all things so that you can go and get your work done. In fact, Alteryx will come into the picture in the starting itself. So these all tools are specifically for the analytics domain people. I am making it very clear that can be a data analytics, data scientist, that could be a business analytics, a BI developer, a Tableau developer, a Power BI developer, etc. So Power BI desktop, through which we have taken some tour, that is what is always going to help you out making your reports and dashboards and publishing it to the cloud service so that end user can leverage it. Now, in a similar fashion, we can have here the Tableau. The Tableau is again another business intelligence tool which will be helping you out visually analyzing your data in such a way so that it can meet the end user requirement. Users will have a different types of requirement because we can never assume what can be in our plate in our next project. Every time whatever you are getting, that will be always a new project for you. I will tell you why. This is a completely intuitive profile, evolving profile, where you will have something new and you are gonna love this job if you will be in this field. I really love my job. I always deal with the data. I have 10 plus years of experience, 10 years, 2 or 3 months around. And from my starting to till now, by having a very great position too, I'm dealing with the data every day, trust me. Because I love doing it. I don't want to leave this technical profile. The rationale behind it, the more you will be, getting the experience, the more you will love the data because you can easily figure out the insights. You can easily say what exactly this data is speaking about. Data can talk to you. Data is nothing something which is just a number. It is talking to you. It is telling you some information. You just have to know how to talk to the data. The information which you will be getting from the data, the insights which you can get from the data, that is what will only happen when you will have that agile mind. And for that, you have to play with the data for a longer period. Whenever I used to say this kind of sentences to my participants, they will always have one question which I want to highlight here. I am thinking you may get some idea from here. So they used to ask me, Neha, you are saying data is so interesting and you have been into this profile from long time and you love this data and that's why you are in the position. So how do we get a job as for a data analytics position as a fresher? So this is basically for those people who all are having a doubt as a fresher, what is the scope for me? Will I get the job or not? So I will love to talk about it in the last if you will have this question, but just couple of sentences I will be adding in the middle of this technical session. Yes, the organization who are hiring you or who are calling you for the interview, they are pretty much aware about it. You do not have the knowledge about the data of that company for which you are attending the interview. So they are aware about it. They just want to see the approaches within you, how you approach, how you can answer the questions for the data analytics field, how much you have interest, and the tools and technology which can support you deal with the data, whether you know that or not. The what is Power BI? Does Power BI gonna give you the job just because you have learned it? No, the Power BI, Tableau, Snowflake, Alteryx, any of the tool, whatever you are learning, these are the supporting tool. Your destination is to reach out to the data insights and provide the solution of the business requirement. So when you are providing the solution of a business requirement, what exactly you are doing there? You are taking a support of the Tableau. Take an example if you want to have a biryani. So your what exactly is the business requirement here? Definitely the business requirement is biryani. And what should be the end result? You should have a delicious biryani in your dining place. So here you are pretty much clear about your end result. You are pretty much clear about your business requirement. So in between these two, whatever you will be using, those all will be a supporting tools. What are those gonna be? You might use utensils to cook the biryani. So the time you will be using the utensils, you won't be eating those utensils, right? That will be still there and you can utilize it again for the next biryani or might be for another thing. The stove which you will be using, whether it is gas or anything, that is again a supporting tool. So these supporting tools are actually supporting you to reach to the result level. Means to get the business solution. So that's how the Power BI, Tableau, Snowflake are constant. They are, hey, I'm here, I have these all features, I have these all user interfaces, please come and use me and get the result whatever you want. I can do 800 Power BI have 900 plus DAX. Difficult to learn. Of course, difficult to learn. I'm not talking about these 5 days. Even if you join a course for 12 or 15 days, very difficult to learn. But your trainer will have a capability and tricks to guide you in such a way so that you know you will get to know how to use those 900 DAX. So these tools are telling you, hey, I'm here. You have such business requirement. Come to me, utilize me, and definitely I'll provide you the solution because I have these all UI. I have these all functions and I can do these all visualization for you, but you should know how to use me. That's all. So nothing to take very serious about these tools. And I know some fresher might be having this questions or doubt. Just because it's not new for you, that's why it's not so much difficult. No, it's very easy. It's just you have to understand the use of it. The focus should be on the end result, and accordingly, you use any of the tool. It is gonna be easy for you. Alrighty. So again, then we have a snowflake. Here for the snowflake, I'm going to talk a little bit. I want to show you a couple of slides and I will be talking a little bit about it. So if you guys have ever heard about the snowflake, that's really great. If you know anything about it, that's awesome. If you don't know anything about it, I'm still good with that. And you are not going to be a pro after listening about the snowflake for next 15 minutes. Of course you won't be, but you will get to know what it is. That's how I'll make you understand. So what is the snowflake? So first, this term, you understand, this is the actually name of a data warehouse. The way we have a Power BI tool, in a similar fashion, Snowflake is the name of one of the data warehouse. What exactly is Snowflake? Snowflake computing, or a data warehouse, offers a cloud-based data warehousing solution. It provides a faster, more specific, and more versatile data warehouse. Little difficult to understand in this term. Take an example. If you have to buy a vegetable, you can go to a vegetable mart. We all have nowadays a lot of small fast mart where we can go and get the vegetables and some of the groceries items for our kitchen. But if you have such kind of requirement, you have actually, took a day off and you want to buy these all items. You have to buy a furniture, you have to buy a grocery item as well, you have to buy some utensils too, and you have to get the vegetables. So here you have a 4 different types of items. And you are thinking, if it is possible, then I'll get some headset as well. So that is what electronics item. So now you have a 5 different categories of item which you have to buy, which is not at all possible in a small fast mart. You must have experienced it. Those things are not available. So you may go to some of the shop from where you can get the headset. You may go to the grocery shop and you can get the groceries, or vegetables and groceries can be found in one shop or in one fast mart, not in a shop but fast mart. Then you can go to the furniture shop and get the furniture, whatever you wanted and whatever you have decided to get. So when you got four different types of categories and you want to get it from the different places, what you have to do, you have to spend a lot of time. And in the same way, the time we have the data for the from the HR department, we have to go and get it from the internal application of the company. If we have to get the data of finance, then it is available into the MySQL or a SQL server. If I have to get the data for the loan and the customers, it is available into the MDX. And it's very difficult to get it from different applications and then combine it in Power BI and get a data modeling done and then start working on it. Am I not spending a lot of time on this? Yes, I am. But I'm not the person to decide I can use this one until and unless you are not a VP or director or executive director in an organization. You can't choose this option. But company has decided, most of the company has decided to shift to a Snowflake, because when you need a four different items, guys, you will go to a mall where you can get everything. If you stay in Bangalore, consider the example of Phoenix Mall. If you stay in Trivandrum, consider the example of Lulu Mall, and same for your cities. You can consider some examples of those malls which has all of these four categories. So in a similar fashion, when you can go to a mall and you can get all of the items in one day, just because you just have to, you know, go from one floor to the another floor, you have to take the escalator or lift and you can get your work done. You don't have to drive from one shop to the another shop and from there to the another, from there to the another. So that will take a lot of time and you may have to spend 2-3 weekends for that. To save the time of the people so that we can definitely go ahead and save the cost as well of the company by getting the data easily and get our work on time, get our work done on time. We have decided, the world has decided to move to a data warehouse, because the data warehouse is a mall where it has a capacity to contain a large volume of data. Irrespective of the numbers, it can contains any number of the data based on the storage, and it can give the end user an opportunity to get the different domains of data from the different data marts. And you can save the time. But earlier also we had a databases, guys. We had a lot of databases, but those are, we are still learning about it and we are still understanding this from in the institute and in many of the organizations they are still there. But mostly the organizations are shifting from the database to data warehouse. If you are into the analytical field, and if anyone who is getting the update on the analytical field, you must be having an idea about it and you must get to know about it the time you will search for it. But yeah, this is not a topic which we can add into this data analytics, particular data analytics subject, until it is getting approved by the entire organizations of the world. We cannot go ahead and add it because it is something very vast and we have to spend a lot of time. But we'll understand a little bit about it. And Snowflake is going to be a tool which we will be using to write a query, and we won't be doing the backend work here, because for that our company will have a different layers of people who will be doing a data wrangling. So I'm again gonna go ahead and discuss about the Snowflake architecture. So what is Snowflake? Snowflake is nothing. Snowflake computing or a software or a data warehouse offers a cloud-based data warehousing solution where we can keep our data. It can be used to analyze the data from numerous sources and construct data pipelines, as well as to store and query the data and design and deploy the data models for our end user and for their requirements. Now, always remember, the data warehouse or any of the particular tool will have some architect. So here try to understand. So now we have the architect for Snowflake house, Snowflake, where we a data warehouse where we are having three different important steps. First one is cloud services, where the optimizer, metadata manager, security, infrastructure manager, and many other things would be there. I have not written the technical term here because as of now it is a very deep level thing for us to understand, but these are the things which would be there where actually the data team will be working on many things, and you will be hearing this term very soon, ETL, extract, transform, and load, which will be done here. So in ETL, what happens? I'm going to give you just one example, and from there you try to understand. Take an example, you are working for a cheese company, and there in that company, you have a different locations people. So you will have it's a big company where you have a employee from China, Japan, and different countries. So among of 15 countries, what happens? There are 5 countries who uses their own language instead of English. So whatever they add in their particular data, they will be writing it in their own language. So the way we are having English in USA, in India, in UK, and in many other countries. But consider Germany, China, and Japan. They want to do their work in their own language. So this happens for certain departments. And now what will happen? The Snowflake has been actually considered for this organization, and now they have to get the data in the Snowflake, and Snowflake has a restriction. It will only be keeping the English language of data because this has been considered as a user friendly data warehouse where everyone can go ahead and get the data according to their requirement. So now when we have got this kind of opportunity, so what the data team will be doing in the ETL process, it's a very common example which you can easily get it. The data team will get the data from all the different 15 countries. Then they will be transforming all of the data in one language. That's what called English language. For that, they will be using Python, Hadoop, PySpark, and many other coding languages to do that. There are so many coding languages to do that. Post that, they will be cleaning the data. Then they will be transforming it in such a way so that the end user can use. Take an example, China has sent some data. Among of that, there are certain data which is not required for any other country people, and that is neither required for the China as well. So they will be just removing that data, and there are so many things which we will be doing, like we will be taking care of the missing values, we will be making sure it should be a user friendly data, we will be making sure the numbers which we are in and the number which we are ingesting, that is what a right number, because once the data ingestion has been done, then the work will be done, only the testing will happen, system integration testing, functional testing, user acceptance testing. So there are certain terms which will be followed into the business analytics field. So now here, when the data ingestion is getting done, that time the language transformation which is happening, that's what called a transform. Once it has been transformed in a right way, we can load it. The time you are loading it, it will go here, data processing. So because you are gonna load it into the data warehouse. So when you are done with the loading, then database storage will have a different data mart, whether time and management data or a trend data, or take an example, world data or HR data. It doesn't matter what kind of data you have, those all will be added here, guys. And accordingly, you can go ahead and use it, because data warehouse is something which will have a different level of database storage, and it can go ahead and keep your data in a different data mart. Does it make sense? It should. In case if you have any question related to this, feel free to just go ahead and put your question in the chat window now or in the last. I will be definitely responding. So in a nutshell, if we have to understand what exactly is a data warehouse, three important layers, then those are a cloud service layer. The cloud service layer is the brain of a Snowflake. Yes, it is a brain of a Snowflake, managing all the activities in a Snowflake. Then what exactly is the query processing layer? Query processing layer is the important layer of the data Snowflake data architecture. That's all. The query processing layer is the middle layer of a Snowflake, loading data into the database and running queries against the data. As I said, when the loading will come, we are here. Then the third layer, which is a very important because it is for us, it is for me, for you, for the end user. The database storage layer is nothing but is the bottom layer of a snowflake. That means the last layer of the snowflake storing the data permanently, where the data team predominantly focus on putting the data in a different cubes so that one can easily get it. It is essential to recognize that the compute layer is separate from the storage layer, and this is the part which is for the technical team. Like take an example here, anyone who is very much interested to go into the database field, so you can go there and you can deal with the data, you can go into the data analytics and you can deal with the data, but these two profile have a different level of work. So this is why even if many queries are running, there is a no delay in accessing the data. It has a huge volume and it has a huge capacity to store n number of data. So when we have understood what all we do within it, so if you are observing carefully where we are into the picture, so we are here. We only come here and get the data. We are not at all bothered about it, what exactly is happening here. Even though some work is going on here, we are not bothered. We will come here and get our data from here. Now, it's very simple to get the data from here just because the cloud services and a query processing work has been done by the internal team and the query and a developer team. Well, we have understood the Snowflake architecture and what is Snowflake, but why it is important? Well, the benefits of it, if you want to understand, then just now I have given you the example and I just talked about the difference between a big mall and a small fast mart. So that's the best example. But officially, let's go and understand about it, because if the benefit will be asked in an interview, we can't go ahead and give that kind of example. That is just for our understanding so that we can relate it to the world and we can understand about it. So, what are the benefits of Snowflake? You can see here there are four important benefits we have in our Snowflake. That is what it can fully manage and takes care of all the bugs. Of course, it can do that. It is also compatible with most programming language. It is very scalable and user friendly. It requires very little bit of technical knowledge if you are using it as an end user. But when you are using it as a developer of the Snowflake, then you need a high level of knowledge. So here we have a two different words. So we are learning the Snowflake. We are talking about the Snowflake now as analytics because we are here to discuss the analytical world. So for the analytics people, it is at a different level, and for the developer people, it is gonna be a different. So now here Snowflake does not have any bugs. Always remember, it always clean it and then only it create a data marts. You do not need to ever worried about these bugs and all. You will never get it. All right. So these are the four important benefits which we have, but there are 10 steps about which I want to talk just in one sentence so that we will have an idea about the preview feature. Do you know what exactly is the preview feature? Do we know the preview? Preview means what? If we are passing on to something or moving ahead with something, so if we want to just have a look to that, that is what we consider as a preview when we are preparing a report or doing anything. So it's kind of a review, preview we are doing. So now let's understand these 10 steps of the preview feature. What is the first step? Zero copy cloning. Zero copy cloning means with Snowflake, you can quickly and easily construct new databases and tables without additional storage charges. Yes, you can do that. It has an unconditional storage available. Then time travel. What does that mean, time travel? Are we here discussing about the time which is required to travel from our office to our home or from our home to our college? No, the time travel within the data warehouse we are talking. So Snowflake enables you to search through older version of tables and databases, and easily it can give you the result. You do not have to worry about it because Snowflake is the very faster data warehouse where you can get the result with a single click within a microseconds. The reason behind it, it has all the databases available, and you don't have to put a lot of queries here by applying the join methodology, by creating a store procedures and views and all to, separate your data or create your database in such a way so that you can use it. The Snowflake itself has been created for analytical people so that we can easily go ahead and get our work done. So we already have a different level of data marts available within it so that we can use it in an easy method. Then the query acceleration. Snowflake offers query acceleration feature to make queries run faster. Yes. Then the fourth one is secure data sharing. What does that mean? Secure data sharing means nothing, but it will be enabling you to safely exchange information with clients, business partners, and other users. So you, of course, it is completely confidential, and you will have a different layer of here. Uh, you can see security level added, where you don't have to worry about it, and you can go ahead and still share it within your organization or with the client and customer in a right way. If this is not falling under your data integrity issue or your data securities method, then what will happen? It will be automatically rejected. Always remember, whenever you will be, in case if you will get a chance to deal with the Snowflake in your career or Amazon Redshift also, these two are similar. So that time you will be observing, if you are getting a little bit of a deeper profile, then you will have a two names always in front of you, the data lake and data warehouse. Never get confused with the data lake and data warehouse. So I'm going to talk about the Snowflake data lake here because we are talking about the Snowflake. So Snowflake is a data lake because it can store and analyze data from various sources. What does that mean? Neha, you said the same for the warehouse as well. Yes. The data warehouse, where Snowflake offers virtual warehouse that let you increase or decrease your server capacity on demand. So this data warehouse is a front end thing where we will be going ahead and getting the data. The data lake is gonna contains the same data in a different data mart the way Snowflake will do. But the problem is that data lake will have a unprocessed data. It means you will not get a clean data the way you want. But the data warehouse, the last stage, the data mart which way you will have, that will have a completely clean data. And from there you will get the data in your report. So that is the small difference. So data lake would be there, but after getting the data from the data lake into the data mart, you can always understand, okay, if the data has been shifted, ingested within the data mart, it means it is completely clean. But there are some organization who still uses the data from directly the data lake because cleaning the data and all requires a lot of technical knowledge, and companies are still struggling to get such kind of people who can go ahead and do that. Like take an example, if it's me who wants to go ahead and get the clean data, but cleaning the data within the data warehouse will be difficult for me because I can clean my data for a reporting part, but data which is inside the data warehouse, for cleaning that we need a different level of technical skills. So do remember, these are the different things. Then the materialized view, what exactly it is? It is nothing but it let you generate a pre-calculated result that can be used to speed up the queries. Where already we have a good speed in Snowflake, but still it is giving you all types of options so that you can get your work done easily. Data clustering, which is the last one. We understand the meaning of cluster in a normal life. What exactly it is, we understand. Definitely we understand. If you learn a data science, you will have a different meaning of cluster. If you learn a Power BI, you will have a different meaning of cluster. So a data clustering in Snowflake is nothing but Snowflake's data clustering features will allow faster queries and higher performance. Like the Snowflake data cloud is always secure, and it has a scalable data warehouse and data lake platform for enterprises of all sizes. Different companies will have, sorry, different domains will have a different sizes in the same organization, and Snowflake is enough capable to deal with that. So cloud data warehouse Snowflake is nothing, but it is gonna save your massive amount of time. So that is what a data warehouse Snowflake can do for you. Now let's go and move ahead and have a look too and get some insights about the another one. Then we have another BI tool called Alteryx. Alteryx. What is actually Alteryx? We all have heard about the Excel. Yes, we did heard. We have heard about it. We have worked on it. So if you have some data and you want to go ahead and get your work done, you can easily go ahead and get your work done for a mathematical calculations and for many other part. So here I will be giving you first a live example, and from there we'll understand how does the Alteryx work. I'm coming to the office every day, and I have 10 millions of data, and where what I do, I come to the office and I clean the data every day because I'm getting the data every day from the this is a daily report from the data warehouse. So I'm extracting the data first, and then I clean it, and then I proceed with the work. Now, among of you, if you guys are very good in Excel, never answered this. Hey Neha, you can also keep the formulas on and it will get cleaned every day automatically. No, we can't do that. It will slow down my Excel in a very different ways, which will not let me do any of the work and let me move my cursor at all. So in this situation, what Alteryx can do for you? Alteryx can do a lot of things because it is a software platform that will be allowing people to work with the data more easily by doing the combining, testing, cleansing, outputting, analyzing, and many more things. So data, you can also get it in a different version. You can get the data in Excel, you can extract the data in CSV. So it totally depends on you. You can extract the data in Tableau extract. I'm talking about the Alteryx. From the Alteryx, you can get the data in a different output ways. If you have a requirement of, Tableau extract file, you can go ahead and get it. So what Alteryx can do here? So Alteryx will have here different tools within the software from where you can use the inputs. You can use these all tools. So input tool means first you import the data, you go ahead and start cleaning this. Whatever cleaning required, you can do that. Whatever work required, you can do that. You can do the joining, you can do the union, VLOOKUP, you can do the subtraction, addition, missing value addition, many things you can do. You can clean the data, you can use the trim, many things you can do. So once these are the different tools, I have randomly picked up couple of. So after doing this, what you're doing it within the series. So first you have taken the data, then you have added the row IDs, then you have got the maximum row IDs, then you have appended this column with this one. You can see with the row ID with this one, and then here you have subtracted the maximum record, and your formula is also seen here, but the moment you go inside you will get the more formula. Take an example, your work has been done here and you don't need to do anything else. This is the place you think, okay, no, my work is done. Then you can go ahead and add an output tool here, and where you can select a version, whether you want your data in CSV, in Excel, in Tableau extract, and you will have many other solution. So then you can go ahead and run the Alteryx and get the result. The data will be extracted for you. Now, why do we need it? So here, next time when you input the data, these all steps will be done within few microseconds. When I say microseconds, it's going to be a 0.03 second, 0.01 second, because Alteryx run, that doesn't matter how heavy your workflow is, it will never take more than 3 to 4 seconds. So the cleaning work which you are doing in 2-3 hours, you can get it done easily. So once you have created a workflow, you just get the input and you just download this file from here. The rest, all of the steps will be done automatically. But if there is some another formula which you want to add, you thought, okay, I need to add a VLOOKUP here in this area, then again, you can come and add here, not a problem, by making some changes. So it saves your time in many ways. We can also do the predictive analytics, guys. It's not only about the data cleaning, but for data cleaning, we prefer Alteryx more. But though the example which I have given here, that is what which were kind of where I am putting the Alteryx on top of the Excel. So I want to answer four of the questions, and you should be understanding it in this way so that we can get to know, okay, this is how the Alteryx works, and we do not have to replace any other tool for it. So first thing, what is Alteryx? What is Alteryx? So Alteryx will help you out create a workflow, which will be helping you out doing a lot of work. So what is Alteryx? Alteryx is nothing. Alteryx is a software platform that allows people to work with data more easily. Alteryx make accessing, cleansing, testing, combining, analyzing, and outputting data much easier than the Excel, SQL, and Power Query. Or there are many tools which can do the cleaning, but the way Alteryx can do the cleaning within few seconds, none of the other tool can match it. Even I myself telling, being an expert in Power BI, Power Query also cannot match it. So Alteryx allows team to build data processes in a more efficient, repeatable, less error prone, and less risky way. The process can be in any department where data requires manipulation, consolidation, testing, or analysis. So basically, we do it with the combination of SQL in our organization. So what we do, we create a workflow and there we write a SQL query within it. Within the Alteryx, you have a SQL editor option where you can write the SQL. And the time you write the SQL, your entire workflow will be connected with the SQL and work is done. And what is happening here? First, we have written the SQL so that it can get the data from SQL, and then we can go ahead and create a workflow. So the data which is getting that will be cleaned. So we are getting the data from a data warehouse, but it is not coming to the Alteryx directly. It will come here. So it's very easy to see, but when we are doing it first time, it's difficult. Once it is done, so you are getting, first you are writing a query. Once the query has been written, based on that you can get the data here and you are directly getting this result. So here, from here to here, you may have got the different data, but here you are getting the final result which you want. So do remember, this requires a lot of technical knowledge to do it when you are into the developer profile, but when you are into the analytical profile, again it's gonna be easy, because creating a workflow is not a challenge. You just have to get familiar with the tool name, and writing a SQL query is always important, but it is not necessary you always have to write a SQL query to get the data in Alteryx. Sometime you can get the data in Alteryx from Excel, from CSV. Okay, now let's understand. Here, the few examples across department where I have worked on with the Alteryx. I have created a workflow for the finance, for the HR, and definitely for the banking and the loan data, which is my primary job nowadays. Supply chain and procurement department also does. Well, I did not get a chance to do it for that department, but they do it for a vendor, cost and timing. IT people does, there I have done. They do it so that they can reduce the burden of SQL and populate database and BI tools properly. The marketing team is due to combine data from dozens of online platforms together in one place. So in a similar fashion, each one of the department do it for certain reasons. All right. So what is Alteryx is clear. Now, what is Alteryx used for? So now you have an answer. Alteryx used for cleaning the data. So let me answer you this question in two different ways. So in business way, the answer would be in this way. Alteryx is used to answer business questions that are time consuming, manual, error prone, risky, and maybe impossible with the alternate tools being used. But technically, Alteryx is used for access manipulation, analysis, and output of data. The platform is very robust and can be used in virtually any industry or functional areas. People typically use Alteryx to more quickly and efficiently get data process completed and automated. And that's actually the best way to do it, because combining and manipulating data within spreadsheets it's gonna take a lot of time. Database access and supplementing SQL development again is a time-taking work. So these kind of things we can do in Alteryx easily. Then who uses Alteryx? There are different types of roles and responsibilities. So here we want to understand who uses Alteryx. Is it only data analytics who will be using it? So Alteryx is a great for people who need a quick access to data so they can get answer faster. So basically it is getting used by all of the department. Yeah, there we can have a Alteryx developer or a data analytics people who will be doing it. So marketing, sales, accounting, HR, and everywhere, in almost every other department, you will be seeing the Alteryx are getting utilized, because Alteryx workflows are really useful and meaningful. So many who look at Alteryx from an IT standpoint will make a comparison to ETL. That is not a bad correlation, but it is important to remember that its primary audiences is data analytics. So never do this mistake by saying this is only for the cost people or a finance people or for a marketing people, because basically Alteryx has been designed for analytical people. Alteryx has taken a similar approach and is upskilling teams across the enterprises so they can do the things more quickly by replacing error-prone manual processes. What does that mean? A simple meaning is that we are cleaning the data here for our data analytical work. So here a data analyst or analytics will be using the Alteryx in any of the department wherever it is required. Last but not the least, can Alteryx replace Excel? Because I have used it many times. These all things Excel will do little slowly, but Alteryx will do it fastly. No, Alteryx can replace most and all manual Excel processes and functions, but it cannot replace the Excel. Okay. I repeat, Alteryx can replace most of the manual functions in Excel, but it cannot replace the complete Microsoft Excel. Take an example: if your company or a team has a reports, queries, or a file that they manipulate, join, and perform calculation on in Excel to power reports. So what we'll do here? Can we create a workflow and give it to end user? No, we cannot do that. The workflow is giving us the clean data and the data which can be utilized. Okay. So Alteryx cannot replace the Excel. Alteryx can help Excel get the result a little faster, because that HLOOKUP, that VLOOKUP, these all things you can do in Alteryx as well. And this formula will be more easier. All right. Now, this is whatever we have discussed so far about the Alteryx and the Snowflake. Yeah, that might not given us an idea like what exactly these tools, how exactly these tool works, but we have got an idea what these tools does, so that we can understand this profile is not only restricted towards the Power BI and Tableau. There are certain things which we can do within the business analytics. There is a one more application. There is a one more application which we commonly use in business analytics profile. So I want to here highlight we use it in the business analytics profile. So take an example: if there is any fresher we have in an organization and they are only dealing with the data, then they don't have to use this application. So this is for a high level managers. This is for a business analytics and manager and above. Okay. So here, that is what is named with Jira. Jira. One more thing. You don't have to know much about it, but I just want to give a glimpse of it so that whenever you hear about it, or in case if in your interview this is what has been asked, then you can always say this is an easy application and we understand what is the use of it, and openly say yes, we have not used it because we are a fresher, but we know how to, what this tool does or what this application does. So Jira is nothing but Jira is actually a software application developed by the Australian software company Atlassian that allows the teams to track the issues. If I am working and I have a team of 15 people, I can go ahead and track everything about my team. I can track their work, I can track the issues and challenges they are facing. Of course, they have to add it within the Jira, but I can keep my eyes on that. In a similar fashion, it is a completely transparent application where each one of the team member can see each one of the team member projects. So if A member has a 5 projects and B member has a 7 projects, and A member has got some free space, and they can approach the B member, hey, I have some free space. Would you like to utilize it? Because you have got more projects, or you have got the high level projects I can see in Jira. So this is how one can do. Or as a manager and above position, people can go and see whether they have completed the project, whether they have initiated the project or not, or they have reached to the ready status or not. So we have a certain status, certain layers where we can see the work. So if I have created a story and that is still in progress, then my manager might not reach out to me. The time I'll just shift it to the ready to present, they will ready to present, ready to review, they will go ahead and get the notification. They can start having a look to my work, not from Zira. Definitely they can contact me, or they can ask me to show them the projects whatever I have worked on, so you can change the status of it. So these are the real time work which we do within the Zira, but I'm going to talk about the very base level, a very base level from now onwards. So Jira is nothing but it is a software application which will be helping a team to track the issue, manage the projects, and automate workflows. So the key Jira concepts has been segregated in 4 different groups, and these groups name may be changing according to the organizations and how they are adding it. But there are certain names which will be same. So Jira is based on 4 key concepts. The first one is issue, then the project, then the board, and then the workflow. So, what is actually issue? An issue is nothing but an issue is a single work item you track from creation to completion. Creation to completion. So, we call it in our official language in an organization a story. We create a story where we can go ahead and write about our project. But take an example, if you are my customer, then you can create a ticket if you have some issues with my project, or if you see some issues in the work which I have submitted to you. So for a different layer of people, we have a different layers of particular buttons within the Jira. So people may refer to issues as a requests, tickets, or a tasks, as I said. So it's a better to use issues or the specific issue types that you define to avoid confusion. Most product teams typically use issue type of epic, story, bug, test, and task. I use epic. Okay. So I use epic. So when it comes to a issue, as I said, your organization will have a different names for this. Okay. So some may be considering it as a story, some may be considering it as a bug, test, and so many things. Okay. Some may be going ahead and using within the issue tickets, within the issue request, within the issue task, I use a task. So because I'm not a customer, I'm taking care of my project and my team. So my customer will be using a ticket. I will be using a task. Now the projects. A project is nothing but it is a way to group your issues along with a common information and a context that tie those issues together. Okay, let me just combine a little easier language here. So when you use Jira to support your product development efforts or any of the work related efforts, it's helpful to have a single project for each product. That's what it meant. Very simple. So take an example, if I have a 3 different sales manager and I want to track their work, what I can do here, I can just put those 3 different sales managers, some of the work in one goal, and I can just put the start date and the delivery date for that work same, so that it will be easy for me to track. So that is how you decide being into the position. So it is always going to be very flexible, and it actually preferred the agile methodology. Yes. So if you are using Jira, again, you have to learn the Agile, and which I believe ExcelR has already added this into the business analytics field. This is what a business analytics session, because it is a very great thing which we have to learn. The Agile project management methodology is absolutely useful for this profile. But again, as I said, this is required for manager and above position. So of course, you do not have to deal with those things if you are below than the manager and below than the manager positions. All right, then the boards comes into the picture. A board in Jira is a visual representation of your team's workflow. So it's gonna give the workflow where about your teams. Okay, this is what into the ready status. Helen work is in a ready status. Take an example. Quality in work is into the in progress status. Timothy work is into the complete status. We have the Leonardo and his work status into the closed status. So that's how we can go ahead and see their project status. So though we have talked about within the board a workflow, what exactly is workflow? A workflow represents the path that issues take as they progress through your project from creation to completion. Very simple, such as to do, in progress, and done. In between, you may have some more epic according to your organization. As I said, each level in workflow will have certain layers. Like we follow certain layers like to do, in progress, ready to review, and close. Okay, so that's how it happens. So there are so many things about the Zira. It was just a basic understanding in few minutes. So I'm sure you must be having a lot of questions, a lot of things. So don't worry about it. I'm gonna share certain links in some time, which you can definitely have. We still have 1 hour, and we are gonna start with one of the dashboard so that we can get some idea on another tool. But prior to that, what exactly is the history of Zira? Please get to know about it, because Atlassian started as a tech support service initially, and they launched the Jira in 2002. It means 2002. So Atlassian named is a product after Gojira. You might not have heard about it because it was in the Japanese language. So there are a lot of things about the Jira which one has to know when they are starting about it. So Atlassians are actually more focused on those applications which will be helping the business team or a business people to track their work. So that could be a Confluence, that could be a Jira. There are many things. I have just brought one application here named Jira so that you can get some idea. So apart from these all technical tools also, we are having certain we are having certain applications which we use. You should not be surprised when you are stepping into the organization. Oh, we only know about the Tableau, Power BI, and from where these things are coming up. So, so you can always go ahead and have a look to some of the internal applications which I have added here in this slide. Power BI, Tableau, Snowflake, Alteryx, and Jira. Among of these all, which is very common and required, that's advanced Excel. And for that, I think we do not have to think about. We have to definitely learn about it. That's very important. All righty. Alrighty, that's all from my end about the business analytics important applications. I'm gonna share another screen where we will be having a look to the Tableau. Okay, everyone listen to me. What I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna share one of the file, uh, Tableau extension file with you because I have already added the data here. We learned yesterday how to import the data, and I have added the data within it so that we can spend some time creating some of the visuals. So I'm quickly gonna share here that file. You can download it if you want to practice. Even if you don't practice, I will be sharing the final version in the last, whatever we would be completing, and you can go ahead and practice it later on. but I'm going to share it in case if anyone wants to practice, they can practice it with me. So it will take few seconds. Once it reaches, I'll just share my screen again to start with it. Okay, so I have shared the file. It must be, getting delivered in few seconds. So it is already delivered from my end, and you can download it from the chat window if you want to practice with me. If you don't want to practice, not a problem. You can just have a look and you can do it later on. Because majorly in 1 hour, if we are getting some idea on this, that would be also enough. You must be seeing my screen now. So here we already have data. As I said, the data will be always available into the data source. We took a quick tour of it yesterday, and we can add the data from here. We can add the data from the sheet as well. So I'll quickly rename the sheet as a sheet 1. Okay, let's go and do a quick revision and then we can start. So this is what a worksheet, the way we have a worksheet in Excel. But here the difference is that you don't have a place where you can write something. Within the canvas, you can only create a visuals. This is the worksheet. Then you have a dashboard and then you have a story. As I said, the worksheet will have only one visual at a time. The dashboard can have multiple visuals and story can have multiple dashboards. Okay. Now, in the left side, we can see we have got the data from the table, and these are the data we have. Some are in blue color and some are in into the green color, you can see. So I'm just going to give a quick walkthrough of it. You can see here, whenever you do a right click over any of the column name, you are getting many options here, you can see. Whenever you are doing a right click here, you are getting many options, you can see. So this is what shows convert to a discrete, the green color one. This is what shows convert to a measure, or this is what shows a convert to a measure. So here there are certain data which are in continuous form, certain data which are in discrete form, and there are data which are in qualitative data and a quantitative data. Measure and a column, and you can see here you have got here the two groups of data, two groups of data. Among of these all, if you are focusing on the below data, these are just the numbers. Read it and you will be seeing, read it and you will be seeing profit. Profit will have a number, quantity. Quantity will have a number, discount will have a number, order ID will have a number. Now read the top data, top group of the data, customer segment, customer street, customer name. So these must be having a qualitative data or a string data. But again here we will be having certain data which will have a combination of the numerical and the text. Like ship date. Ship date can have a 1st January 2023. So January is again a string. Again we can have a 0101 and 2023. That is a different story. But we have an option to get it in a string way. So in this way, you have to understand you will have mixture of data. So whenever you have a mixture of data, that would be automatically gone to the qualitative data for the presentation part, and you have to change it if you want it. So now, without spending time on these all things, let's go and have a look to the dashboarding. Well, creating the complete dashboarding would be taking time, but I want to do it at least a one page of the dashboard. So let's go and start with it. Dashboard means you should have a multiple visualization, right? Dashboard means you should have a multiple visualizations. Multiple visualizations can be created into the multiple worksheet. So we are gonna start with it. First, we'll do it with the two. So here I have many columns and the measures here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna create a map visual here where I want to show the United States. Okay, so I want to show the United States and I want to show the country USA reason wise customer number. Reason wise customer number. So I'll go to the show me and I'll see the map visuals as of now are not activated. You must be understanding about the longitude and latitude. So I'm going to take a longitude into the column and I'm going to take the latitude into the rows. The time you take a longitude and latitude, you must be noticing your map visuals are activated. So you can see here, you have got here a two map visuals. You can pick it up either one, the one you want. Post that, what you want to take here. As I said, I want to get here the total customer. So I'll go ahead and get the customer name into the level. Yes, but I'm getting a customer name. So I want to go ahead and get the count of customers. So before I go ahead and change it, count, you can also do the other stuff, but I'm going to do it step by step. Then based on what you want to show within this country. So where is the country first? Let's search. Do you have a country here? I'm not finding it. What can I do? I can search here. Do I have any country? No, I don't have. All right. Do I have a state here? I don't have. Or we have. So if you don't have a state, if you don't have a country, how do we go ahead and present it? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to change my table. You can see here we have two different tables. One has the enhancement, you can see. This is the one which is my final one. So always remember, you can have a multiple data sources in one of the dashboard. But how you are using it, that is what depends based on the selection. Okay, so we are now clear. We have got the data set here, which we have to use. So I'm going to use it from here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a state now. The state should be in the details. Fields cannot be used from the sample superstore English extract data source because there is a no relationship to the primary data source in the data window. Here, whatever data you have taken, you should be having certain relationship here, which I don't have. What I will be doing here, I will be going ahead and opening the extract of it. So quickly I'm going to do it. So I have to get the extract. Okay, what does that mean? Extract. Extract means very simple. The way we have a spreadsheet in Excel, the way we have the take an example here. You have a spreadsheet in Excel, or you have, or take an example, a CSV file in a similar fashion. When you have a Tableau and when you have a Power BI, what you can do, you can just get the data separated from the Tableau and Power BI. So from Tableau, when you get the data separated, it's just like when you're separating the data and you are not having any visuals or anything there. So you save it with the extract. Here, what happens, guys, whenever you save it with the extract, what happens? You will be going ahead and getting the data to be utilized for any other dashboard. getting the data to be utilized for any other dashboard. The same data, the same calculation, same data source, everything would be same, but just the difference would be there. You will have the opportunity to use it for another dashboard where you need a completely different types of visualizations, where you can go ahead and get the different types of calculation added if you want. So that would be leveraged when you are having the extract. You don't have the Excel file of it, and you even don't have the Excel file of it. You don't have take an example that data available anywhere. And even if you have the same data available into the data warehouse or any of the database, the problem is that when you will be getting that, you will be getting the structured data, raw data, where calculations and all which is required to make a visualization, that won't be there. That won't be there. So what will happen at the time when it won't be there? The problem is that you will not able to utilize those calculations which are available in your another Tableau file. So what you can do here in this situation, you can definitely copy it by saving it with the name extract. Extract will be saved in a repository location of your system when you are saving it, and the time you will be connected to that, you will get the data added here properly. So here I only have the extract. I don't have the dashboards, visuals, or anything available here. I just got the data here. So this data has been utilized in any other dashboard, and I can use it to the another dashboard without disturbing my data. I have not disturbed my data. I have kept it as it is. So what I'm going to do here, I'm saving a lot of time for calculation because everything has been done here. The hierarchy has been created, the calculation has been done, and I can simply go and start working on it. So let's see this time whether it works fine or not. So what I wanted here, a map visualization. I want a map visualization. So for that, I want to show the number of customers. Number of customer I want to present here for the USA. So I'll take a customer name into the text, and you can see these all customers we have. We are getting the data this time. I'll go to the measure and I'll get the count of it. We have total 16,798 customers. I want to segregate this number based on the reason. So I'll take a reason into the color. The rationale behind taking a color, the number could be segregated in a different color. So that what will happen for the East, we have a 2,289 data and so on we can see. Now it is looking little easy, right? Then we are having a requirement of map, right? It is not a map. What it is just a table. You can see it's just a table. So I'll go to the show me and I'll select a map here, but it is not activated. How it will get activated? What did I say? You have to take a latitude and longitude. So I'll take a latitude and longitude here to get the map. Now I have taken the map. So the time I have taken the map, the reason will automatically go to the rows. You take it back, shift it back, okay? And I'll go to the automatic and I'll select from here a map. Well, Neha, nothing is visible because you can see small changes has happened. The count has gone to the size. Let me shift it to the level. Based on what you want to present here, based on what you want to present here, that's very important. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to figure it out based on state I want to present here. So here we are having many options. We can go ahead, we can take here. So now how do I go and get here the color for the different states or the different colors for the different numbers? I'll search for it here. I have got the states, but it was not visible because it is within the hierarchy. So that's how you have to figure it out. I'll get it into the detail. Are we getting the result? Yes, we are getting it. Now we just have to arrange it. Let's take the country down because we don't want to show it. It's just the state which I wanted here. And these are the cities if you will be maximizing it. State wise, I have got it. Now you must be having a question, why did I just change it to the count? I'll show you if I don't change it to the count, like let me just go ahead and keep it to the minimum and maximum. So what will happen? It will be only showing you the name of that. The number will show you the number of customers we have in that region. Reason you should not be worried about because color shows the different reasons here. And these names, if you want, you can go ahead and activate. How? We can go and try taking whatever you want, whatever name you want, you can get it into the level. That's how. Well, we will be going ahead and renaming the title. So renaming the title can be done in two ways. How? If I will be going ahead and double clicking here and I will be giving some name here, I can do that. So I can go ahead and write here number or total customer. So now here total customer by reason, by reason. You can go ahead and add it here. You can change it. I'm copying this name so that I can go and paste the same name to the tab as well. This is ready. Go ahead, put your cursor here and you have the map ready and which is super easy to create it. You can easily see where you have a highest value, where you have a lowest value. Now let's create another worksheet. Okay, I'll just remove the filter from here. Take an example, my manager has some requirement and they want to go ahead and see these all based on certain categories. Like I want to see these all details, but based on certain categories. Take an example, product or a category. So what can I do here? I can drag the category and put it within the filter. As I discussed yesterday, each one of it has a different uses. So accordingly you use it. So here I have a many categories. I can use all and I can do okay and it will be added. But Neha, still we cannot use it normally. So you can right click here and show it as a filter and this will be added to the right side of your window where you have all the categories. You click into this and you can see here it has many options and you just focus on the third group where you are having a multiple value list, multiple value drop down, multiple values custom and many other things you have. You can also give a single value list radio button so that at a time one can only select one place. You can go ahead and change it to the multiple values drop down and one can go ahead and select as many as they want together like this. All right. Now sheet 2. Now sheet 2. We are gonna prepare some other thing. Okay. So now here we want to have a look to the states reason wise. We just want to see the percentage here reason wise. So what we want to see here, we have here how many reasons. Let's go and take that. So I'm going to take a reason as of now into the either rows and column and anywhere you can take just to see. So you have got here 1, 2, 3, 4 reasons. Based on this, I want a total percentage of the customers. So let's go and understand how do we create this kind of thing. So you decide with what you want to present. So I want to go ahead and get it with the pie graph, which is not activated now. So what I'll do here, I'll take here first the reason because I want to segregate the color based on the reason. Done. Then I want to take a customer name because that is what required. But before that, before taking customer name, let's go and take here the reason into the level as well along with the color. If we will have a name, then it would be easy for us to understand. Still the pie has not been activated. You can see the pie graph is not at all activated. Now, what you want to present, that is what you go and take into the level. And here, the customer name, I want to go and present it with the maximum, minimum, how we want to present. If I take a count here, that's how I'm getting. Now the pie has been activated. Can I take a pie? Yes, I got it. You can see I got it. Now let's go, and if you are focusing carefully into the marks window, you must be observing, guys, you have got here another marks added. That's an angle which was not there earlier. I remove the pie and it will not be there. You can notice. Let me just go ahead and take something else. The angle has gone. Take the pie and the angle will be there. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the reason again to the level, and you can see I have got it. Okay. So I have got here the values along with the reason name, but my requirement is to present it as a percentage. Present it as a percentage. So what I'll do, I'll select a count customer name, and can you see here you have an option called quick table calculation. From there, if you select a percent of total, it will be giving you the percentage easily. That's it, and we are done. So here we have got a two different visualization. So it's a drag and drop tool where you can drag something, drop something, go ahead, do a right click, do certain calculations, pick it up it in a right place, get the visualization activated, get the visual activated, pick it up and just arrange it. So it's not actually a very challenging thing. It's just like we need to understand how does it work. Very simple. So what we are presenting here, reason percentage breakdown. Reason percentage breakdown. Reason percentage breakdown. We will be reading the dashboard definitely, but first let's create as many edge visualization we can create here. So here, now we are gonna present the product sales. Product sales contribution to total. How do we do that? So here, picking up the graph is actually an analytical skill. So we have got to know we have to present here the categories. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a categories to the columns. I took these are my categories. We have to present the sales, right? So sales contribution we have to show in a percentage and in a number. Okay. Remember the categories sales we have to present here in a percentage and in a number. We want to compare. So here we will be needing two different axes because sales are coming two times, and presenting it like this will not make any sense. One has to be in a number and one has to be in a percentage. As of now, you hover your cursor here, and what you will be observing, you will be only having the number, right? Now, how do I go and convert it? Let's go and understand about it. So category is fine. Sales fine. I'll go to the second one because I want to change the second one. As I told you earlier, you guys will be always reading the Access level in a same way, whether it's a Power BI, it's a Tableau, or any of the tool, or whether it's an Excel graph. Okay, so this is gonna be your primary y-axis. This is gonna be your x-axis. Okay, this is gonna be your. Let me clear your secondary y-axis. This area. So now here we don't have a secondary y-axis, but this time we have got the requirement where we have to show the percentage as well. So can I go here to add a table calculation? And what can I do here? I can do the changes here. How? I'll tell you. So first I'll go ahead and take here a running total. Second, add a secondary calculation. From here, I'll take a percentage of total for the secondary one and do OK. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine these two graphs as a dual axis. Oh, This is what giving me the circles. How do we understand it, Neha? So of course you cannot. So come back to the marks, and you have got a sales and sales with the triangle symbol. So first sales I'm going to consider as a bar graph. Second sales I'm going to consider as a line graph. Now this makes sense. I'll change the color of these two. So of course red doesn't make any sense. I'll go ahead and take certain color here. Okay. I'll take this one and I'll take a certain color here as well. Okay. Done. So I'm gonna take here the orange and do okay. Now we have got here, you can see the 0%, 10%, 20%, 30% like this. So we have got in a secondary y-axis percentage and in primary y-axis we have got the numbers. The orange color line is for percentage and the sales is the sky color line is for the value, sales value. So sales value versus sales percentage. Let's go and from the columns window change the sorting option. So sort it with the field, category or sales. I want to sort it with the sales. How does someone can sort it with the categories? Because categories, if we are sorting, it means we are just considering the name which starts with A, B, C, D like that. Ascending, descending is your choice and we are done. Let's go and give the title here. So you can write here directly category or you can write here a product, because this is basically category is the coming falling under the product hierarchy. So product sales contribution. All right. Highlight it the way you want. It's totally on you. Just to maintain the consistency, I'm keeping it same the way I have kept it there. And I'll copy this one and I'll just apply and I'll change the name of it here. Same, I'm gonna, you can notice if you change the tab name also it will get changed. It's just the difference is that it won't be considering your formatting here automatically. So that is what you have to do from here, and that's how you can do. Here, I'll just quickly check whether the size is 18 or not, because I don't want to mismatch the title name. All right. I will go ahead and make one more, the last one. I want to now here see the reason and the category. Okay. Together and based on the sum value and profit, it should be giving me the bigger size. You can decide what you want to pick it up here. I'm going to select here the bubble graph so that we can get an idea on the bubble graph too. So let's go and start with it. So what is my requirement? Though it's a bubble graph, I'll take a sales into the size. I have to present sales versus profit. But profit, I'm gonna just add to change the color of it. Change the color of the graph. So based on the profit, I want to change the color. All right, so far I'm done. Now, what is your requirement? My requirement is reason. Based on the reason I want to present. So take a reason to the level. All right. I want a bubble map. So can I go and see whether my bubble map is activated? Yes, it is. We are done. All right. Is there anything else I want to add here? I want to check here what data I have in department. So I'll take the department too, and it shows okay, for the international we have sold furniture mostly and we have got this much, this dollar of profit on this much of sales. Technology as well, we're on the top. International furniture, we're on the third top. Office suppliers, we're on the second top. You can change the color of it according to your requirement. So you can see here to the right side, you can see you have got here the sum sales. You have an option to change the color from here the way you want, like this. You can do the reverse so that for the highest value it can be more and lowest value it can be less. So I'll just go and pick it up the green and red. So do I have it? Yes, I have it. And I'll do okay. Oh, mistake. Something has gone wrong. Yes, here we go. So that's how you can go ahead and highlight it. So the way you want, you can take a lighter color, you can take a color according to your requirement, you can go ahead and pick it up the way you want. As I said, it's not like mandatorily you have to take the way I want, and the bubble graph is ready. So here we are presenting the reason and department type analysis. So let's go and type here reason and department type analysis. And you can see the title has been also added. So here the title name would not be here because you have not added it here officially. But yes, you can still format it. The time you change the sheet name, it will get added automatically. All right. I'll add here now the new dashboard. Okay, everyone focus. In the total customer, we have a category filter. In the reason breakdown, I want to have a reason filter. Okay. In the category solution contribution, I want to have here the category filter, which we already have, and I'm not taking it. In the department type, I want to have a department filter, and I only want to show the top 5 department and do OK. So why we are still seeing all of it? Edit the filter and check. Category wise, I just want to show it department wise. Department wise, maximum, minimum, count, what you want to show, apply. It doesn't work. Top 5 department I want to show. So when you are taking a top 5 department, always remember based on what you want to show. I want to show the top 5 profitable department. Do apply and do OK. Do you see any changes here? No, it is not happening. Do we have profit here? Yes, we have. So now here I'm going to add it. We have already taken it, and I'm going to keep it as it is, and I'll show you the changes once we are going to be into the dashboard. All right. Here you have many options. You can take either one. Here you have many options. You can take either one, profit. Even if you change it with the sum, that doesn't matter. You can go ahead and take a sum as well. So we have the sum and profit both added here. So sorry, sales and profit both added here. So you can take either one here like this, and you can see. Now let's move ahead to the dashboard, and I'll give the dashboard name here sales profit analysis reason wise. All right. Now here I will be adding all of it. I have added one, and my dashboard is now actually complete. So what can I do here to get this? So my dashboard is complete. Whenever you are adding more than one visual to your dashboard, click into the down arrow and float it. The time you float it, you will be having an opportunity to shift it here and there, wherever you want. In a similar fashion, I'll add a reason here, and where the reason is, now go and check. Here it is. I will float it. Okay. I'll add a category sales and I'll float it. I will add here the reason department and I'll float it. All right. Now the time to organize it properly. So let's go and organize it properly. Here something. Here, 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 and this one I'll put in a floating mode again, and here. Now we have to fit it in such a way so that it will look good as well. We have got here a 4 visualization, but it doesn't look proper. So what can we do here? So we are gonna organize it properly. Okay, we have missed one of the visual. That's what I was searching for. So float it. Here we go. So whenever you have a visual, organization of it is very important. You can see fit to the entire view. Give a good view to the visual. Now, again, you click into this and this drop down triangle symbol will give you everything. This is already an entire view. Now, this one, let's go and organize this way. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put it properly. So now here, fit to, this is already proper. So here we are done. Now, the last one, which is not actually organized at all. That is what a bubble graph. So you can see in one graph, we have many places left. A lot of formatting can be done, but we are going to see few which we can go ahead and cover to present our dashboard in a right way. So fit to our entire view. All right. This one, we are going to first put it in a right shape and size. All right. Now, the time you select a graph and you go to this drop down, you are seeing here, you have many options. Among of these all options, whatever you want to use, you can go ahead and pick up and you can work on it. But among of this, there is a one option called go to a sheet. You can go to a sheet. You can go to a sheet and go to a worksheet, and here you have again many options you can see. Yes and no. Show card, show summary, show captions. These all are different types of options you have got. So you can do the work whatever is required. Then you have a format options. If you want to do a formatting of your visuals, you can do that. So I'm going to take care of like formatting here in a very quick way. I'll take care of the formatting. I have done. I have taken a background color here. All right. Then I'll go ahead and see if you want to have a paint color in a black or you want to have it in a white. How you want a header color. I want it in a black. Then you have a team column. You want to have the paint none. No, I don't want. If you want to have, you can have it. If you want to avoid, you can avoid. I don't want it. Then if you want to have a column divider, you if you want to have a row divider, you can keep or you can remove. Post that, I have a text option. So in what color you want a text? I want it in white, I want it in bold, I want to keep it size 9. You can see how it is changing. You have a worksheet, again the different color of the options. You have the rows options, column options. You can go and change it is just a sample how you go and change. I'll go back to the dashboard. Do I have a different thing here? Yes, we have it here. Do I have any formatting copying which I can go and take it and put it here? I don't see that. So do I need to make the formatting here again by ourselves? Yes, here we have to do. So once we are done, it will look good. So now what we can do, we can go to the format and we can click into this, and from here we can simply go and start with the same the way we have done. Very simple, and rest all of the things has been done. If you want, you can make more changes. If you want, you can change it according to your requirement. It's totally on you. If you have some customer requirement, you can go ahead and make it according to them. So basically, this is not us, this is about our project. How does it work? So accordingly, it works. So always remember, whatever changes you are making, it should be making some sense for the end user, and accordingly, you have to present it. Let's go and make the changes here. And here we go. Now I want to have a dashboard title. So in the dashboard title, what will happen? You can go ahead and you can click into this show dashboard title. Show dashboard title. This is again taking a complete page. So I have to float it and I have to organize it. Float means it will, become a movable for you. That's it. But the time I have done the floating, there are some changes which has happened. That's what my legend has been also shifted. So what can I do here? Can I go ahead and shift it simply? I'm just seeing when I'm shifting it, I can shift it to the left side, but I cannot shift it to the top. So I will just check how does it work. So this is what I have. I have shifted it and now you can take it to the top. Very simple. You go and write whatever you want to write here, but as of now I have a complete title in my each one of the visuals, so I'm going to leave it as it is. And it has added a title, sales profit analysis reason wise. You want to format it, you can go ahead and format it. And though I have a by default title, I can go ahead and keep it like this. The time I was changing the formatting, the format has been changed for my legend as well. So I'll go and I'll change the format of my legend to the black like this. Now here also I'll go and do that, and this is done. All right. Now we have not added any filter in our dashboard if you guys remember, but what did we do? We have added the filter in our one of the tab that was a total customer by reason, right? So first I'll go and format this and I'll make sure this is visible, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see, okay, the title has been formatted, but why I can't see the data? That is more important, so body has to be changed. Well, I truly understand. I was in your situation once, so having a look to everything in 1, 2, 3 days and just understanding it gonna be difficult. But getting an idea what exactly this field is more important. And then going ahead and taking care of it and understanding how it will work is more important. All right. So the formatting has been done. Now I want to just filter out my category. I have added a category filter here, right? So I want to filter out my category. Let's go and filter out. So I'm taking appliances. Oh, what is happening? It is, it is not at all affecting my visuals. What do I need to do? I need to make it very clear. It has to be applied to all the worksheet. Now, if I'll go ahead and change, is it affecting my all the visuals? Yes, it does. That's the good part about it. So until you don't give a permission to these, it will not at all gonna work for others. All right, there are many other formatting which we can do here, guys. You can see here many things which we can add here. We can do the formatting. So always remember whenever like you are doing the formatting, where you are making a visualization, that should have some meaning, that should have some business problem. So total customers are very important in a banking domain and in a sales department. So customers are important. Based on them only we get the business or a profit or our organization runs. So when we are in such situations, what we need to do, we always need to take care of the customer. So how do we take care of the customer? If we'll analyze it properly, right? So how do we analyze it? You can change the size of it. You have automatic, you have a raise. You can see you have a fixed size. So you can go ahead and take it the way you want. Okay. So now here, total customers we want to see based on the different places in USA, based on the different reasons, what kind of items they are buying. So we have noticed the technology and in the furniture and in the suppliers they are more. So if you can notice here, reason wise we have a more percentage if in the international customers, that is what a 43 percentage, and that's to in international reason, right? Category sales contribution, if you will be noticing, these are the subcategory of the respective products like the tables and all the stuff which is getting actually ordered by the customers. Among of that, the office machines is the like mostly ordered items which we have noticed. So accordingly we can go ahead and see, so why we are not getting a more customer for the papers or for the envelopes. That's what we can figure it out, and we can see, okay, where this is required in the world. Take an example, if we are trying to sell it in the international reason, we are not getting more customer, but might be we will be having some customer for this in a different areas. So whenever we are doing analysis, that time we are gonna get some idea. Well, anyways, so this is what here we are in the dashboard. You can click into the dashboard, you can click into the format to make the changes. Do we have any formatting option for the dashboard too? Yes, you do have. You can make the changes. You can see here how does it look like. It also shows you don't have a borderline for your these two visuals, so you can go ahead and do that quickly. You can find out which one will be giving you the borderline and you can add it. You can add here as well. You can remove it as well if you want. Now when you are going to the dashboards, you are having many options here. You can see, you can go ahead and copy the image, export this dashboard as an image. You can add some actions towards it, and accordingly it will work. So now this dashboards actually has to be presented. So how do we present it to the end user? So for that, always you do a right click over the tab and hide all the sheets. So whatever visualization worksheet you have added here, that will be actually hidden. And if you want to go to that, you can simply click into the go to seat arrow mark and it will take you there. Very simple. Come back and you are here. Alrighty, so this is a very basic and small dashboard which we could have maintained to cover within an hour. And if you have any questions here, if you were preparing it with me, you can let me know. If you do not have, nothing to worry. I'm gonna share this with you along with the certain docs which I'm gonna show you and walk you through now. So just give me a moment. Once I'll share, then I'll take questions if you have any. All right, so I have shared certain files with you guys. Once it has been received, please go ahead and confirm me. What about job openings for fresher? So nowadays the data analytics is absolutely in trend. So job openings are there. Yeah, but there are certain things which actually the companies are looking for. They knows the freshers does not know about their datas of the company, but you should be very analytical. You should be very analytical with your mind. You should be knowing some BI tools, so that what will happen if you know your BI tools, you will able to deal with the data with the support of the tools. So that is something which they look. But apart from that, if you will be seeing, okay, do we have a job openings or not? Or do we have a job available or not? So data analyst, I'll say it's booming nowadays and there are tons of jobs which are available in the market and companies are eagerly looking for a data analytics people. All right. Any other question? Okay, I have shared certain links which will be giving you a basic knowledge about Snowflake, about the Alteryx, and about the Jira. In case if you are interested to know about these things, yes, you have to go through it. I have shared the dashboard which we have created today. And if you have any doubt or any question, please post your question now here or ask me. If you want to reach out to XLR later on for your certain questions, you can reach out to them, not a problem. But yeah, one thing I'll say, always remember whenever you are learning about this particular business analytics and data analytics field, you make sure you focus on the data and make sure you understand what exactly the data is and how these tools will be helping you in this data. So that will happen with the practice. Everything comes with the practice. You cannot get anything overnight. But yes, once you will be practicing these tools, you will get handy with it, and answering the questions will be really easy in an interview. Okay, I have got a couple of questions. So can you refer any interns for our students? I have to check in my company. If we have any openings, I'll pass the same message to the XLR and you can get the confirmation from them after 1 month, because I'll take some time to talk to my organization, HR department. But I'll try my best, sir. Other than the tools you have mentioned, should we learn anything else? Well, Agile is important, and I can see it is already in your topic. But there are certain applications, as I said, which you will not be getting an option to learn outside for free, which you will be only getting a chance to work in an organization. So, for that, I have given you the link so that you can have an idea about it. Because sometime the institute will also not have the authorization to get the license and provide it to the multiple people. It costs a lot, and even the company of that particular organization, the tool which we want to learn, they don't give the authorization in such a way to all the people, because that has a very confidential data of the organizations. So yes, there are some applications which you will be only seeing within the company, but the substitute of that will be always there in a training profile, which all are going to be in the upfront. Like if you want to know the Zira application, you might not get to learn outside, but Zira trainings are there. But what happens the time you learn the Agile methodology, from there you will getting an idea about that, because the process would be same within that. We follow the Agile method in the Zira. Would you suggest getting a Scrum certification as a fresher? Not required at all, in my opinion. That is not needed. Once you're done, please. Thank you so much, Akash. All right, sure. Guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to post. I will be here for 5-10 minutes. And from my end, that's all. It was really lovely meeting all of you from the Ramaya College, and I wish all the very best to the student. And I please accept my sincere thanks to the this is for the professors from the Ramaya who has given the opportunity to present these all tools and technologies knowledge in front of them. Thank you so much, all of you, and thanks for having me. Have a very good day and all the best for your future endeavor. Now, over to you, Amar.
Yeah, hi Amar. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. Shall I go ahead for vote of
Yes,
thanks?
please.
Yeah. Thank you. So, very warm good evening to each and every faculty who are present here. I just wanted to take a moment to thank our trainer, Miss Neha, for delivering such a wonderful the FDP training program. Of course, MSRIT and ExcelR management, Mr. Ram Tava, the CEO of ExcelR EdTech Private Limited, Mr. Srinivas Gurala, the President of Institutional Association, Mr. Sham Narayan, who is the President of HR and Operation, and Amar for giving such a wonderful technical support. And I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for you, dear faculties, for your participation in the International Faculty Development Program on applications of business analytics, which will be held for 5 days. Your enthusiasm and active participation in the program made it a great success. Your dedication and interest in learning the latest techniques in business analytics were truly inspiring. Your contribution to the active participation were greatly appreciated and will go a long way in helping you to apply your new knowledge in your professional practice. I hope that you found this program valuable and that you will continue to apply your newly acquired skills. Once again, thank you for being a part of this faculty development program and for your commitment for professional development. Thank you. Thank you all. Over
Yes,
to you.
thank you so much. So my dear participants and my dear professors, coming to the certification thing, if your attendance is more than 60%, then definitely you will receive a certificate via registered email ID within 7 to 8 working days. I will repeat again. So if your attendance is more than 60% or 60%, you will receive a certificate via registered email ID within 7 to 8 working days. After 7 8 days, if you feel that I did all the attendance, but I did not receive the certificate, might be there are chances for emails be like spam or anything else. So in that scenario, drop an email to edl@excelr.com. I'm sharing that email ID with you. So if you feel that after 7 8 days, I'm not receiving my certificate, my attendance is more than 60%. So please drop an email. Okay. And once again, thank you so much for making this ZDB successful. Yeah, sure then. Bye-bye.
Amar, I have just a couple of things to respond.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Amar. Rahul, in case if you're not able to open the dashboard, so can you just answer my question? Did you install the Tableau in your system? Okay, in case if you are present or not, you can just listen to this video later on, audio later on. What happens if you do not have a Tableau installed in your system? You have to install it. Once it is installed, you can go ahead and open the file. Still, if it is not happening and you are struggling to install it, I'm writing the name of the another software, which is a Tableau, another application. You can install that and it will be giving you an opportunity to at least access the dashboard and you can use the filter. So that's how it will be done. So either install the Tableau desktop free version. So you will be having an option to use it for 14 days. Okay. Or use a Tableau reader to view the dashboard. By installing either of one, you will have an opportunity to open it. A second, okay. Thank you so much, Paris. Thank you so much, Anita ma'am, for your wonderful comment. All right, perfect. Thank you for responding, Rahul. All right, that's all from my end, guys. And I wish everyone a very, very good luck for your future endeavor. And thanks to all of the professionals. It was really lovely meeting all of you. You guys were really supportive and so calm during the sessions. Have a very good day to everyone. Bye bye. Take care. You can wrap the up session, Amar, because there is